little chilly this morning. It's gonna be a rough day.
The thought of Aaron calling in search and rescue in a few days is completely freaking me out. Yeah! I don't really care what I have to do. I'll swim with the canoe if I don't have to clear anymore.
Honestly, just hope he leaves me alone.
I've done at most a third of the route. This is why I'm really concerned. There's an old trapper's cabin here. Back off! Yeah! The snow is getting a little crazy. Getting pretty cold here. Here on a forestry road with Aaron Outfitters. Just want to give a big shout out to them for dropping me off. I'll put their contact info in the description.
Please don't.
All set to go here at the access point. As always, don't forget to kiss your guide. Love you.
Love you.
Have a great week.
You too. Bye.
We were shocked to find this trail here to pass this set of rapids. It's a good start for the trip. It's more than I expected. It's a good start. What do we got? Oh, beautiful brookie. Out of season. I'll get it back real quick. Wet my hands first before I handle it out of the net. Hook out. Quickly show it to the camera. And goodbye. Thanks, buddy. Sweet! Little flasher jig with a small soft plastic paddle tail. Catches everything. Another bite. Pretty good fight in it. Can't see it yet. Oh, nice little runs. Another brookie. Wow. Dang. I wish I was here during open season on brook trout. Gorgeous. All I'm seeing here is follows from brookies, so I'm gonna move off. Beautiful spot though. Lots to see on this trip though, so, and potentially lots of work. A lot of unknowns. I believe this route is seldom traveled. The last documented account of it that I can find is from 1994 with the Geraldton High School Outers Club. Thank you again to Rob Haslam for getting those maps out there instead of having them die in a computer somewhere. And to John Arts, who produced the maps originally. Thank you guys. Beautiful travel to start here. It's just a lazy river and just enough water. I've waited to do this trip at a time when water levels shot up. Obviously in like August they're quite low, but now at the end of September they begin to rise again with the fall rains. And on Monday there's supposed to be an absolute deluge, so I think that's going to help keep me afloat. In no time at all I arrived at the first log jam. I think there are at least 2 that I could see on satellite. Hopefully that's all and that's manageable. These things can just be the bane of river travel. Scrambled up the south bank first. It looks a little more appealing. That's pretty rough. So I ended up switching to the north side. It just had better shore access and I cleared a rough trail with the Silky F180. But yesterday in the mail I received a saw just in time for this trip. It's the Boreal 21 folding bow saw from Agua Canyon. Thank you so much, Graham, for sending this to us. I'm just really stoked to use it actually. Super easy assembly. And this baby looks like it's ready to cut. Sweet. That was awesome. I really love the Silky saw, but it's just underpowered for wood like that. It's half the length, not even. Sweet. Oh, should have cleared the start a little bit more. So that little log jam, about 20 meters long, took almost 2 hours to clear and portage and scout. That's why I've allotted 5 to 6 days for this trip. 77 kilometers long, but obstacles like that really stretch the distance. Cleared a trail around logjam number 2. Hopefully smooth and clear sailing for a little bit after this. I have to lift over this one, which I'm probably going to end up in the water for. It's really slippery. Oh. That log jam is just around the corner, and I should have started the portage there. I could hear rapids, and I should have known that based on the volume of them, they weren't going to be runnable. It's a crazy little chute in there. I was hoping I could run them, but there's no chance. Beautiful spot. No semblance of a trail and real thick bush in here, so it's gonna be another long clear. Looking at this on the satellite imagery, I thought this was just a rapid. Blasted a trail through here, took forever, and now I'm at a point where as soon as I get through here, I gotta make camp quickly. The sun's going down. Oh boy. Oh. The site's going to take more clearing than I'd like to spend the time on, but I know better than to be overly picky when it's getting dark. Cooking up some chili here and waiting for it to get dark. It's supposed to be Northern Lights tonight. We'll see if that pans out. This chili's hitting the spot. I was really hungry. It was a hard day. Thought this was going to be my easy day. Not a fan of dinner in the dark though. I'm keeping an eye on the lights from under the tarp, but I set an alarm for 11. It's 9:40 now. I'm going to sleep for a bit and wake up, hopefully to a show. Packing up here at first light. It's a little chilly this morning. Not going to be putting these socks on yet. With the difficulty of travel yesterday, I only made about 6.5 kilometers over about 8 hours of travel. It was very slow, most of it spent clearing. I started the route here. I know a lot of people like following along on a map, so I'm just going to show you where I am. This is Kilala Lake. It's part of a massive conservation reserve. This is actually a lake trout lake, which is closed to fishing, which kills me. I would just die to be able to fish that closed lake full of lake trout probably. Anyway, so I'm south of it. If you check on satellite, you'll see a bridge here over the Little Pic River. There's a log jam that I marked in scouting this on satellite. So I carried on down. These are the falls that I saw yesterday, which I had marked as rapids. And there is another set here, which, based on the fact that I can hear them from several kilometers away, I'm guessing are also going to be falls. Once I get past here, I'll show you now the older map, which is from 1994, the last documented account of this route. Kalala Creek comes in and meets up with Little Pic River, and then there are some rapids along it, which I have some information on from this map. So that's the goal today, is to get past Kalala Creek to the first waterfall on that map, which will probably be the third waterfall on my trip. Yeah, that doesn't sound runnable. There's a beautiful little spot here right before the falls. I actually could have strung the hammock up across here, which would have been pretty neat. But clearing around it is going to be a challenge. There's another stream flowing in here. Might have to go to the other side of the river. It's going to take a while. I've scouted a ways ahead now, and it's more unrunnable rapid coming into this little canyon, and then around that I can't see beyond it, so I'm going to continue scouting ahead, but it's not looking good. Very difficult to clear a trail through all this too. I'm actually starting to get pretty concerned here. I badly wish Aaron was here. This is too much clearing for one person, and I told Aaron I should be back on the 5th night for dinner, and now I'm thinking I said maybe 6 nights, but now I'm wondering if that's even realistic. This is just the start. Like, I haven't even finished 15% of the route yet. I know I can do this, but I just don't want to put Aaron in a panic when I don't get home Thursday evening. There are some open stretches like this, but then they just turn into walls. Great, Jay. Here's the end of it on this big exposed rock. Better be some damn good fishing down there. I'm going to finish it off with the small saw, just so my big saw doesn't get caught in here when it falls. There we go. Whoops. Get out of here. Trail's clear, and now I just got to get through there. It's a relief to have the trail established. It's a real awkward takeout. That took 4 hours. Hopefully there's some kind of reward here. Not a bite. That's shocking, but just as well because I gotta get going. Been making good progress since the falls, which feels really good. There's a good supply of dry wood here for a fire for lunch, which has been rare along the river. It's been all bushy stuff. And there's some fresh moose tracks here. The moose tracks all along the river, but these ones look pretty fresh. Making a batch of high-calorie mac and cheese. Half a pack of pre-cooked bacon. Lots of butter. Powdered milk. Sriracha. Cracked pepper. Extra cheese. And that is most of my calories for the day. So needed. Oh yeah. I just passed the mouth of Kalala Creek back there, and now I actually have a map with information. So I have those 25-year-old reports from 1994, which tell me something about the rapids and falls, and portages, which are almost undoubtedly virtually gone at this point, but at least I'll know where to start. Paddling hard, making good progress, and can't set up too late today because a massive storm is moving in. Supposed to get 30 millimeters of rain in pretty short order, so don't want to get caught in that. Hit a big log jam here, but fortunately this little landslide has created a natural staircase, and same with the other end, to get around it. Approaching the first of 3 rapids on the 1994 map, which suggested that it might be runnable. I really hope so. There's a big sweeper going across it, so I'm gonna have to take a walk and check it out. I had all kinds of harebrained schemes here, but finally decided I have to line it. Hell of a lot better than blasting out of trail. Everything's real bony. I bet tomorrow after this rain, everything here will be runnable and smooth sailing. Getting by some of them though. Sweet. Oh, feels good to just run something and not have it be a giant obstacle. Tiny little run, but I'll take it. And a bite. That would be nice. I'm feeling it's a speck. Yep. Quick look. Nice little rookie. Had a couple specs on. Follows from specs. I don't think there's anything else here, so I'm gonna move on. Would love this if they were in season. This rapid would be runnable in high water, but there's a dangerous sweeper here. I'm just gonna get rid of it so that this rapid could be run if water levels were high enough. Another log jam, but cleared a little path here, and I think I can squeeze over these guys if I step out onto the logs. It's too deep to get in the water. Yes. Fantastic. Just finished getting camp set up back in there, and started to spit about a half hour ago, so I just called it quits. It's getting dark anyway. Going to have some food. Got the canoe well up off on the side with all the rain that's expected to come and tied down. Can't imagine it'll crawl up that much, but it's definitely going to go up overnight. Another pretty tough day, but survived it, and a little closer to the goal. Oh, didn't even have a sip last night. I was too tired. And the main course. Oh yeah. Super excited. Seriously. Nothing could make me happier right now. Oh. How do they make Doritos so good? They're the best. So here's an overview of the route. I started there at those purple markers. I'm currently there. I know there's a rapid just downstream here. I can hear it, and then these are the falls and more rapids. So I've gone from there to there in 2 days, and I need to go all that in the next 3, maybe 4. On the old maps, I'm roughly there. There's rapid 7, falls, long portage along here potentially. Another rapid with a portage, falls, and another falls. And then the maps continue all along here and down to the Trans-Canada Highway where I'll be connecting with my car. And then there's a write-up on it too, describing campsites, rapids, and portages. But after 25 years, they don't hold a lot of relevance. It's about 9 a.m. and I'm kind of trapped here. If I go out, I need to remove some of these clothes to keep them dry, and then I'll be shivering. The only thing that is going to be able to keep me warm today is clearing trail around the next waterfall, which isn't too far ahead. So I'm hoping to at least accomplish that today. I'm just waiting for the air temperature to rise a little bit so I don't get absolutely chilled. It's 10:45 now, and I really have to get going, so I'm eating a few Kaiser rolls stuffed with peanut butter, and then I'm gonna go get wet. It's gonna be a rough day. I try to be very conscious of bear attractants out here,
Bears are often attracted to strange things you wouldn't expect, like toothpaste or gasoline, things that aren't food but they have a strong odor. Deodorant can fall in that category too, so I use a natural unscented deodorant. Anything I can remove or substitute from my pack that has a really strong odor, I generally try and do that. The natural one feels weird at first. It's like, it feels like sandpaper when you try and apply it. And I only discovered after reading the instructions that you have to hold it against your skin in order to let it warm and become soft. Kind of like cold butter. Then I realized it wasn't so bad. Got my wet pants back on. But the worst part is the cold, wet socks.
This first falls is actually not long at all. Just a little chute, but I'm guessing it continues around that corner based on the old map. Yep. And presumably they carry on down there too. Have I mentioned this is gonna be rough? It's okay, it's just boreal forest. Just keeps on going and going. And I'm still scouting. I haven't even started to cut yet. Wow. It's breathtaking along here, but it goes on for so long. This is freaking me out. The thought of Aaron calling in search and rescue in a few days is completely freaking me out. Can't let that happen. Rocks are really slippery. Would you look at that? Who knows how old it is, but it's the first sign of a trail marker I've seen. I haven't even seen a cut log yet. A couple of these sections are way too steep on this slippery ground, but the moss provides a nice smooth slide. I know, I'm a horrible canoe owner. I'm really slowly here. These rocks are so slippery. Yeah! Well, I'm gonna try and wait or run the rest. I don't really care what I have to do. I'll swim with the canoe if I don't have to clear anymore. It's gonna make it work. I'm gonna put on the underwater GoPro now to in case I dump. Hopefully there's some kind of reward here. That was one of the worst I've done. One of the worst portages. And I've had some nasty ones. I feel like a fool for taking this on my own. It's too much. I feel like I should file a human rights claim against myself. This is just brutal. I'm soaked and I'm chilled, and I better get a fire going tonight before I go to bed. There's no way I'll get this chill off just with dry clothes. There's something on here, but it's tiny. Oh, just lost it. There's a little speck. It's fine. Oh man, a lot of emotions there. I'm spent. Some real highs in getting past that, but some real lows. I'm really stressed about time. I'm a time stressor. I hate being late, and I can't stop thinking about search and rescue coming for me. Paddled for about 3 minutes, and I've come up to something else which seems like it's another falls. Not marked on the map. I couldn't see it on the satellite. I'm coming up to it here. I'm gonna have to scout it. More unrunnable rapid. Made about half a dozen casts here and somehow nothing. I gotta go. It's getting dark.
Got my heart racing. Across the river here, I heard some branches cracking, and I wasn't sure what it was, but I just heard a moose grunting at me. Still can't see him. There are moose tracks on my little beach here. Honestly, just hope he leaves me alone.
Here's where things finished today. Purple dots, start point. Blue dot, me. This river. That to the Trans-Canada Highway is what I have left. I've done at most a third of the route, and I've used 3 out of ideally 5, maximum 6 days. This is why I'm really concerned. There's an old trapper's cabin here.
Back off! Yeah!
The snow is getting a little crazy.
Getting pretty cold here.